What's going on, guys? Welcome to the Cowboy King of Entertainment one take, where I'm gonna do no editing. I'm just gonna sit here and actually cover a topic. So let's get right into this Xbox raising their prices things. Now, I have a crazy conspiracy theory, so just hear me out. So Xbox is doing bad, we know that. Now, Xbox Cloud and Game Pass is doing pretty good. So what would make them raise their prices of the consoles that's not selling? Well, hear me out. So we know that the ABK deal made Xbox have to do deals with PlayStation, all right? So imagine if Xbox and PlayStation were working together. And imagine if PlayStation was going to continue to do what they're doing, which is console sales. They're already the king of console sales when it comes to Xbox and PlayStation. So imagine if Microsoft said to Sony, listen, we want to get out of selling consoles. We're done. This is not what we want to do. So Nintendo eases his way in there with $80 games for games that, dare I say, don't deserve to be $80. So, whoa, I got it. What if Microsoft decides to make $80 games, make their consoles higher and their controllers and all of this stuff that's not selling? But here's the kicker. What is doing good is Game Pass and their cloud. And they already started this new market to get your things on anywhere. Everything is an Xbox. So they go to Sony and say, listen, you guys can have the consoles. That's your thing. We want to get the subscriptions. So we're going to raise our prices and people aren't going to buy our stuff. But guess what? Sony, we're going to allow you to have all the games that we have anyway, because we're going to make money on everything anyway. And we got our subscriptions that's going to be on PC and on our consoles. And people are still going to be able to get our games regardless. So in this day and age, for Microsoft, I personally think they just don't want to do consoles anymore. I think instead of taking a loss on a single console, why not make the people no longer want your consoles, but they do have values in a game, because Microsoft has some hard-hitting games coming out like Doom, The Dark Ages. People was going crazy for South of Midnight. They just got a lot of games, and you could get them in Game Pass. So dare I say, Game Pass has the most value than ever before. So why not get a Game Pass? Well, they said only 25% of Xbox players have Game Pass. So why are all these people not getting Game Pass? Well, they're comfortable. They don't want to get into the subscriptions. But anybody who has to purchase a new console from Microsoft is gonna pay an extra hefty price. And again, why would you do that for something that isn't as popular? You could just go down the road at this point and buy a PlayStation 5 Pro for the same price. That's crazy, and people are not going to do it, I don't think. So I think Microsoft doesn't care. I think Microsoft wants you to decide not to purchase their new consoles and steer you more in the way of Game Pass. And if you don't get Game Pass, even if you go to the alternative, which is PlayStation, and you play the Microsoft style games, they're still gonna make money. So A, they're no longer going to lose money on consoles, because they're clearly saying they don't want you to buy them. But B, this is going to still allow them to make money on their games if you buy them outright, or make money on the subscription service, which is Game Pass. And so they're already doing that anyway, but I really think they don't want to have anything to do with the consoles. And I think this is a way to force people into not getting their consoles. Let the console sales get low. Now, I'm not saying that they're gonna never have, like, they're just gonna also to make their console obsolete. No, you're always gonna be able to play your games on an Xbox Series S and X, right? But I think this is the way that they say, you know what, we're not going into the next gen with a console. And maybe it might be something else, handheld. People talk about a hybrid PC, whatever. Who knows? But I got a feeling that they're showing you hey, don't worry about buying our consoles anymore. We're gonna make our consoles even give you more of a reasons to not want our consoles. So that's my thoughts. That's my one take. I see you guys in the next one. With that being said, and now your mama knows. Oh man.
I'll make you famous.
Because I'm a cowboy. Oh man.
And now your mama knows.